Hey there and welcome. So, if you've ever thought academic writing was just about having big ideas, I've got news for you. The real secret sauce, the thing that makes your arguments truly powerful and clear, is all about how you build them. We're not talking about dusty old grammar rules today. We're talking about architecture. Let's dive into the blueprints for building some seriously impressive sentences.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the why, why this stuff actually matters. Then we'll get into the basic building blocks, and after that, we'll look at 3 essential blueprints. By the time we're done, you'll have a whole new toolkit to construct your writing with total confidence.
All right, so why all this focus on structure? Well, because when you get to the university level, the way you say something is just as important as what you're saying. Think of it like this. Strong sentence architecture is the absolute foundation of clarity. It's what turns a confusing mess of an idea into a really sharp, compelling argument.
Every great building is made from basic materials, right? Bricks, steel, you name it. In writing, our materials are called clauses. And getting a handle on the 2 main types, independent and dependent, is probably the single most important first step to becoming a master builder of sentences.
First up, we've got the independent clause. I want you to picture this as a solid, sturdy wall. It's a complete structure all by itself. It's got a subject, a verb, and it expresses a whole thought, like, the researcher conducted the experiment. Boom, it can stand alone, makes perfect sense, it's strong. Now here's where it gets interesting. Let's talk about its partner, the dependent clause. This one's more like a window or a door. Yeah, it's a super important feature, but it just can't stand up on its own. I mean, if I just said to you, because the sample size was small, it kind of leaves you hanging, doesn't it? It needs to be placed inside a wall, our independent clause, to actually mean something.
And check this out. This slide shows you exactly what I mean. On the left, you've got those lonely dependent clauses. Because I study every day, it's just an incomplete thought floating in space. But look at the right. When you connect it to a strong, independent clause, you get a complete, solid sentence. Because I study every day, I get good grades. See? Now the idea is whole. It all clicks into place.
Okay, with our building blocks sorted, let's look at our very first architectural blueprint, the simple sentence. Now don't let the name fool you. This is the essential single-unit foundation for all writing. It might sound basic, but it's the absolute bedrock that everything else is built on.
So the formula here is pretty straightforward. A simple sentence is just one independent clause. That's it. One subject, one verb, one complete idea. The most important thing to remember is that simple refers to its structure, that it has only one clause, not that the sentence is short or unsophisticated.
And look at this. A simple sentence can be super direct, like, I read books. But it can also be a complex academic point, like, students must understand the assignment requirements before submission. Both of those are simple sentences. Why? Because each one contains just one independent clause. That's the key.
Ready to level up? Let's build on that foundation with our second blueprint, the compound sentence. So if a simple sentence is like a single-family home, a compound sentence is kind of like building a duplex. You're taking 2 strong, independent structures and connecting them together to make something bigger.
Here's the blueprint for that. You take one complete idea, an independent clause, and you connect it to another complete idea using a little connector word called a conjunction, like and, but, or so. That conjunction is like the sturdy hallway that connects 2 separate rooms, where either room could totally stand on its own.
This structure is absolutely perfect when you want to present 2 related ideas that have equal importance. For instance, she studies hard, but she is tired. Or for more academic feel, the experiment was carefully controlled, but some unexpected variables influenced the outcome. You see how both halves of that sentence carry the same weight? That's what a compound sentence does best.
All right, now for our most intricate design, the complex sentence. This is where your architectural skills really start to shine. With this one, we're not connecting 2 equal structures. Instead, we're adding a supporting piece, a dependent clause, to a main foundation, an independent clause.
So, the structure here is one independent clause plus at least one dependent clause. That dependent part, which often kicks off with a word like although, because, or when, adds extra information. But remember, it can't stand by itself. It completely relies on that main clause for support and for its meaning.
This academic example is just perfect. The results provide valuable insights into student learning. That's our main structure, our independent clause. The part at the beginning, although the sample size was small, adds a really crucial piece of context, a condition, but it could never be a sentence on its own.
This is exactly how you add detail and nuance to your writing.
So there you have it. Those are the 3 fundamental blueprints: simple, compound, and complex sentences. These are the core of your architectural toolkit. Once you master these, you can go beyond just basic construction and start building some truly sophisticated and powerful arguments.
Let's pull up our master blueprint here. Think of this table as your go-to reference guide. A simple sentence, 1 independent clause. A compound sentence, that's 2 of them, connected. And a complex sentence, that's a mix of 1 independent and 1 dependent clause. Definitely keep this handy when you're writing.
Okay, you know what time it is. Time for a quick pop quiz. You ready to put on your architect's hard hat? Let's see if you can identify the structure of these next few sentences. No pressure, it's just for practice.
So, how'd you do? Let's check the answers. The first one, the students read the instructions carefully, is simple. It's just 1 complete thought. The second, I wrote the essay and I submitted it on time, connects 2 complete ideas with and, so that's compound. And the last one, because I was tired, I went to bed early, starts with that dependent clause, making it complex. Hopefully you nailed them all. Nice work.
Before we wrap up, here's some final advice to tuck away. Use simple sentences when you need to be crystal clear and make a powerful point. Bring in compound and complex sentences when you need to explain things more deeply and show how ideas relate. And probably the most important tip, mix it up. Using a variety of sentence types is what makes your writing feel dynamic and keeps your reader hooked.
So, the next time you sit down to write, I want you to do something different. Don't just think about what you're going to say. Think about how you're going to build it. Ask yourself this: how are you going to use these blueprints to design clearer, stronger, and more impactful arguments? You've got the tools now. Go build something amazing.